Alright, so I'm making this a little special video for you guys because essentially I was cleaning up the YouTube backlog of old videos, getting some stuff on private, stuff that doesn't need to be in here, but just looking back at some of these, the first technical video I posted on here with the idea to teach people how to flip and make money off of eBay was right here 2 years ago, where
What's going on? My name is
I
Sean.
essentially started
I've been doing a little eBay and
the start of my
sales on the
eBay
side,
YouTube.
my full-time job.
So this has only been 2 years.
And I
We've been
decided,
at this
hey,
for
let's throw up a
2
video,
years.
let's just show you guys what's available, what you can
Look
find out there.
look at this. Look at the quality. This thing's on
And so we're gonna take a look
1080p
stuff like that.
HD. It's just the camera I think I was using at the time was like,
Today, it's a pretty good haul. Pretty happy with it.
I think my Nexus 6.
So this is the haul.
It's crazy to
It
think.
may look
This was my Nexus 6 I think I was recording with. But it's funny because these videos were in the garage. I like these start of this editing. I was like, that's an awesome riff. We need to use that riff for the intro so I can put date and time. It's awesome. I remember doing these edits and thinking to myself, damn, that's going by really fast. It's horrible transitions, and like no one's like watching that. That's crazy. This thing's like sped up, it feels like. What's going on here?
dollars a piece for everything. So
Yeah, that was really quick edits right there. I mean, who the hell this is when I was learning how to edit. Probably this is like garbage editing for some like free editor or something. Before I found now I use DaVinci Resolve for my edits. That's crazy to think that even at this point I was not the greatest at all. But I was just scrolling through and gosh damn guys, I don't think no one probably in here unless you've been here for a while knows what the garage used to be. Realizing how much has changed in the last 2 years. Now I was still working at FedEx office at the time making these videos. I only quit really recently FedEx office and went full time with Level Up Video Games and in the garage in the game store. So before that, this was an actual garage. I was doing eBay sales and flipping stuff on the side in the garage. I split the garage like in half. Let's see if I can see. You guys can see. I think this was before I even split the garage in half. This is when I just had a shelf of video games and stuff that I was flipping on eBay. Look at this. That's crazy. This is when I had like a corner of the garage. It's so hard to see with the shitty lighting that's in this garage. Oh my. It's crazy to think how far it's been. How far I've come. Look at the unorganized garbage. It took me forever to get stuff. Yeah, in the background, that's like, oh yeah, I used to have a table, a little like tool area in the garage. Completely got rid of that. Transitioned this garage to something else. Let's see what else is in here, because this is amazing to me. It's humbling to look back how far we've come in 2 years, and just a year alone. I think the craziest thing, because it was just a year ago that Warren was born. He just turned 1. So this is when I actually changed the garage a little bit. So that means we changed the garage before he was actually born. I redid this. My poor wife probably was just like, "What the is going on?"
Because this week, the 15th, me and my wife just had a newborn.
Oh, look how small he is. Look at that.
So,
Oh, jeez. Let's see if I can go back. And let's see. Sales. This is where huge NES collection. This might have been. Trying to see if this is before or after I changed up the garage. The titles weren't great at the time. So this is before I think I changed the garage up.
work weekend, so it's hard for me to get this stuff through, and there's like a 2 days
Okay,
off.
so let's go back, see if we can find. Right here?
Because I'm excited for this new source that I'm going to start picking up from. Because hopefully I can get some really good stuff. I already have the power source for the Xbox 360 with this fantastic. I actually have it right here.
Oh, I guess I didn't take half the garage around this time. It must have been after. I still have like this little corner piece of the garage. And the shitty lighting. When did I change the garage? A little bit. I took half of the garage. I remember that. What? Jesus. Alright. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, look at here. So again, we were in the garage. This is the kind of lighting we had. Oh, see, here we go. This is new month, new garage. Here we go. This is when I changed the garage up a little bit. Split the garage in half.
Video, just what sold over the weekend. I wasn't here this weekend. I was in Reno for a friend's birthday, but let me show you what sold this weekend.
Look at the lighting. I hated that window. I really hated this window. By the way, this window was so hard to deal with the glare and trying to get lighting in a decent spot. And like without showing the other side of the garage, it was just really, really difficult to get decent lighting with this shit.
The eBay office is a little different.
Look at that. Yeah.
I have essentially split my garage in half. Got my shipping side, and this is my inventory.
Still
slash
unorganized. It's kind of still
unposted,
half-assed.
non-posted items.
Still is. It's funny because I see
Okay, right?
a lot of this old inventory, the stuff that I've had for a while. I still have some of that stuff, guys. I definitely still have some of that stuff.
That's right. All my video games that I'm selling are on this rack now.
Oh, the rack.
I got some more.
I still have that
inventory,
rack.
some more-
I have another
Let's
rack
go ahead and
now,
start
but
pulling
I
away.
had
First
that
order we
rack.
got in here.
It's one of the racks in the
We sold
sides.
the last N64
Oh,
controller.
jeez. Let's get through this.
Sold in one
Because I think one of the more exciting things I remember is
control.
me going ham.
Got another disc-based
Oh, here we go. This is funny. I made a comment in here, I'm pretty sure.
TNC Surf is a base-only game that we got to list. Tied to this is disc only. There is some top scratches in.
I think I make a comment, maybe not in here, somewhere. About potentially there's little slots in these things. My idea was to essentially print out some like it says PlayStations or Nintendo, and essentially have shelves that said like what they were and what they are, so it'd be easier to pull, or essentially could put oh god, look at this, put some type of like SKU or something, some type of bin number or something that's like on Nintendo shelf, but I never ended up doing it. It's literally, I took those out. I don't even remember where they are at this point, and I think it's just empty in the slots. But this is, I remember doing this. For better lighting, I remember standing inside the light box, pointing the finger at, or the phone at me to record, because that was the best lighting I could get in the garage at the time. Yeah, it was, as you can see, it's not great. Glares all over the place. It's it just brings me back. But we essentially upgrade in here. This is where we when did we start the intro? Let's see if it was right here. Yeah, I don't think we did it after the baby was born. Like, we still had the old intro. Yeah, so before I even started Level Up Video Games, the concept and the idea, Vinox's item shop was a thing. That was my old eBay name, the channel name as well, the YouTube channel name. And like business cards and some of this is where it started kind of like shifting. It was actually after Warren was born, and so I decided to transition from this like Vinox's item shop. I just didn't think it had a good enough ring. I actually just like Vinox is my gamer tag name, and essentially I just did not think that it would catch on. So I remember like a night or something, I was just thinking to myself, like, what is a good damn game store name? I was like, Level Up, Levelup. And so I Googled it. As soon as I Googled it, there's one in like San Diego or something like that. And I was like, gosh dang it, man, I really like that name. And I was like, what about LVL? So LVL Up Video Games, or short for Level Up Video Games, right? And so I went online, I looked at the LLC name, I looked at business names, I did searches, and luckily LVL Up Video Games, or Level Up Video Games, wasn't taken, wasn't even considered, and it wasn't hindering on potential other people's business, considering I think the other people are, like I said, in San Diego or something, not even close. But I snagged the name, and I was like, this is awesome. This is an idea. We're going to, okay, here we go. Let's do something with this. Then let's see. That's the first time I used new intro. Nope, not right there. Right here is the first time I transitioned into a new intro, similar to the ones we kind of do now with the Legend of Zelda. So it's still, no, it was not Level Up right here yet. It was still like I just transitioned the intro to something a little bit cooler. Let's go to this video. March 2nd, 2021. We can skip the intro.
We've been busy.
But look at the lighting. Oh my god.
I got tired of how
Those lights are the exact same lights I still have now.
it was.
They freaking are amazing. These are some of the best freaking cheapest lights I've ever gotten, and I love them.
Oh, that's so much better.
And because of these lights, actually, surprisingly, like even go to other game stores around the like nighttime, I can tell that their lights are a little like not as good and bright as even my garage lights. So sometimes I'm like, oh man, it's really difficult and kind of dark in here. And I'm like, you guys need some new lights. But it's crazy the difference.
On that side, but we've wired this all up so I can turn it off from here. This little switch. And that
I'm
turns
so
off all
proud
the
of
lights.
myself.
Keeps these little ones on. Or
I was so proud of myself being able to, like, just doing this, being able to invest in these lights. I was like,
just turn it off with the light switch.
I never use that little switch at all. I just turn it off and on from the light switch. Look at that. Look. You could see everything. It's crazy. And the funny thing is, I told you I didn't like showing the backside of the garage at this time. But I also didn't have a phone stand or anything to hold the phone. So I made a box phone stand. I have like a 2x2 box and cut it open so the phone would fit in there, so I can at least have something recording. And I put it on one of the black racks. That's crazy to think. Black racks, just so I can have it standing up so I can record. Because I don't know. I really don't like holding the phone too much. I like using my hands. Now I have a tripod with a phone extension or a phone adapter onto it. So if I really wanted to, I can go back to recording. But at this point, I've gotten so used to just recording with the phone in my hand that I just do it. And the way I kind of record is in like bits and pieces. It's easier for me to edit instead of recording a whole bunch of things. So this is just it's hard to think that just a small couple of things you can do change the way something looks or feels, and the lights are just an example of that.
better. I'm very happy with that. Next thing is, while I was doing that, I've been posting a bunch of stuff that I had before since it's a new month. So
Sorry, there's the J of J. I don't know if you guys seen that in the side videos. That's what I was using to clean discs. It wasn't the best, wasn't the worst, but it was definitely not the best. Definitely upgraded since then. Still thinking about upgrading as well, but hey, depends on how well the business grows, which we're going to become the best video game store in the world, so it's going to grow perfectly fine. So let's see right here. I don't know. Let's go back one. See if this is still the old intro. It's a goddamn treadmill because we're waiting for someone to pick it up. In the background. Yeah, this is still the old Vinox design, but this is funny because this is when I think it changed it. It was like June. When was the previous video? Because I was like, well, welcome back. This one was in April.
So I just made a huge purchase a couple days ago.
So almost 2 months before uploading anything. Right in between here. And then my big brain was like,
What's up?
Let's do something.
Welcome back. Long time no see. Well, since you're here, let me get you updated on what's going on.
So,
stay tuned.
2 month span. And I think this is... No, it's still not. That's crazy. But you know what? It might be the next video. Because I think what I did was I was like, I'm going to make a little secret. And this is where it's kind of like
It's official. How many videos, what's going on, I don't know. But I wanted to get you guys updated. Because there's a lot of stuff going on.
There we go.
It's only been maybe a couple months since I haven't posted a video. But I'm still working hard.
Yeah. This is where my big brain kicks in.
Let me show you. I got more stuff than I can shake a tail at. More items all day long that I keep
Yeah.
through.
So this is the kind of hint I did at. And then I made the thumbnail the new logo. So I was like, I'm going to hint a little bit about some new stuff going on and changing. What's going on and what I've done. But it wasn't... I don't know when I transitioned from Vinox's item shop to Level Up. I think it was right here. So this video might be the transition period. Still this really weird recording. This is like... So the funny thing is, I don't know why I thought this was cool. Like, it was an old... like video recording of like retro video games, so it makes it better or something. But this is some of my collection. Now it's grown significantly more since this video. I mean, it has been a year, but I thought this little recording thing was kind of cool. That if you guys recognize that, a couple videos ago we literally picked up a box Mario RPG. That's the one that's right now in the glass case being sold because I upgraded it. So, that's pretty cool. Oh, see, I didn't even change this logo yet in here yet. When did I do that? Oh, it's coming. There's so much stuff going on. Did I pay too much? Just a Monday. Nerf anyone? The long shrimp. Can we fix them?
Ooh, what's up, everyone? Welcome.
Oh. There's definitely movement going on.
We are back.
There's things going on in like only a couple episodes. That's crazy. Let's clean it up. Here we go. Let's see what this is. Do I change? Still, the intro's not changed yet.
Today's video. It's gonna be a short one, really quick, because I want to get some work done.
I'm sorry. I want to get out of that. Let's clean it up. Gotta represent. It had to be somewhere in here. Long trip. Yeah. So this is kind of the transition.
I already went to Goodwill and the thrift store. I only picked up 2 things today.
I still go to the thrift store. I don't think the intro's changed yet.
But we're gonna take a trip to go grab something. And you guys are gonna be along the ride. Stay tuned.
The intro, it's crazy because the intro is kind of like the big transition for me. Once I changed the intro, it was like, all right, we're kind of doing this.
Let me show you really quick what I grabbed. I grabbed this Aliens Legacy DVD set complete for $4.99.
All right.
You all right now?
So this is where we took a trip. So it had to be as soon as I posted that thumbnail of the new logo, I already knew what I planned on doing or how I planned on transitioning. Leave at that point. Yeah, because soon a big thing happens. So at this point, I had an idea. I think I already applied and have the LLC going on. I already have the business license. Like at this point, I think my wife essentially said, "Go for it," and I went. Then I told her, I don't want to work anymore. I'm tired of working at my job. I think there's a big there's this where I picked up the glass case you see in all the videos where all the big stuff is, and all the slat wall, and these are the hangers for the racks I use for all the controllers and everything. Oh god, I don't know if I say it in this video or not, but I think I paid $100 for these. I got this for free, the glass case.
For the garage, of course, for organization. First things first, we got a glass.
God, if you ever watch this, Miguel's one of my friends, so people aren't confused. You remember when we unloaded this? I remember I was hitting up two of my friends like, hey, I got some big stuff coming. Can you guys help me unload? I forgot what one of my friends says. I can't remember what I think he was busy at the time. And then Miguel, my one of my good friends, I don't remember if you only had a certain amount of time or what, but you're like, yeah, I'll come over. We totally underestimated how heavy these stupid things were. These things were pretty heavy.
We grabbed, I don't know.
Oh, jeez, look at this.
Maybe like 4 to 5 pieces. And then I might use it for...
So I got tired. So tired. I don't know if you guys can see this right here. I hated this. In my videos, sometimes this little magnet flap would get in the way. It hasn't done it in the new phone case yet. But it's starting to do some things like the old one used to. But this phone flap pissed me off so much. Because I wouldn't realize it's in the shot until I like started editing. And I'm like, oh. And so I had two options. Like, I either zoomed in to the damn screen, like quite a lot, just to knock it off, and then it looks kind of like zoomed in, or I just left it and just said screw it. And
storage or something else back
a lot of times I just said screw it.
Essentially, we're going to use this
that metal fan down there stopped working at one point.
Similar to this guy, where these guys are on, and take all the games and put them over here on the slat
My
wall.
big brains ideas, man. Whew.
These guys back here.
Yeah.
Gonna change. I'm pretty excited, but notice it a lot because it's going to be a lot of work.
Yeah.
And essentially, my goal is to open up this garage as much as I can. Why? I can't tell you yet.
Yeah.
We're still not there. We will be soon. Trust me. But we're not there yet.
I couldn't tell you the big news. I already, at this point, it was done. So the big news, I don't know if I posted it. I think the transition at that same time, or was it before? So go through this. We bring the slat walls. You can see the slat walls. Can we fix them in the background? I had it all set. Clean it up. So this is where I started. Like, you can see cleaning up this is all the tools in the background that I didn't clean up yet. Like, oh, there's baby Warren.
Maybe I should take off the rollers. I think I'm going to keep it right here.
It's funny because I was like, does this look good? This looks okay. What am I doing? This is where I want it. We should just leave it here. And I was like, it's been on rollers for like a week. And I was like, man, this thing keeps kind of moving, and I don't want it to move anymore. And we need to put it stable so I can, like, do stuff on it so it doesn't move.
Well, that was short-lived. I need to charge my vacuum. Hi, buddy.
Oh, look at the baby Warren. This is probably around summer as well in the garage. So it's kind of hot. So he's just a naked baby. Look at. He has so much more hair and everything. That's crazy. This is August 1st of 2021.
That's my youngest, Warren. Say hi, Warren. Alright.
Oh, jeez. What is going on with the video, too? It's
I've been working on this. We're cleaning this.
tearing pretty on, but we were tearing this. This thing was in a pet shop. Let's see if I say it. I don't think I do. I got this at a closing pet shop. So I don't know if I've told you guys this before, but I was looking into getting a retail space, taking over a lease for a pet shop in an area that was next to FedEx office. So I was talking to her, potentially taking over a lease. looking at how much it was costing and looking at the overhead on the place and how much she was paying. Oh god, I think I still have a copy of her lease somewhere in this office, but it doesn't really matter. I can't remember how much she was paying. I think it was close to like $2,000 a month for like 900 square foot place. And it had potential, but essentially I talked to one of my good friends who's owned a business before. He's owned like he was making $100,000 in his own business. He was knocking it out of the park. And he told me, he's like, why do you want that much overhead? That's a loss every single month that you have to make up for this concept. And I was like, damn, you're right. Like, it's dumb. Why would I do that for a concept store in my town? Like, why would I? Well, definitely, I'm glad I didn't at this point. For just a concept business idea, we're doing pretty good. We're getting a lot of great stuff, seeing a lot of great people, seeing some sell-through rates. We're seeing stuff like just in the last, again, it's only been almost like a year. Not even a year in the store once we opened. Maybe I didn't get the LLC license. No, I didn't. I don't think I had the license or anything in here beforehand, now that I think about it. I think I got it after the transition, before it was open. I spent some extra time getting through some. But essentially, this was in that same pet store that I was thinking about taking the lease over at. I don't remember. I think I just took this. I think I paid $100 for it too. So the slat wall cost me $100. This glass case cost me $100. So if you ever notice on this glass case as well, the glass inside the case doesn't reach all the way to the ends, because the glass that I got from her was not the correct glass for the glass case. So what I have ended up doing is the middle shelf is offset from the top shelf. So we have like a little like room on the top and the bottom that doesn't have any glass. I personally don't like it, but when I was looking at prices for the glass, man, it was not cheap. Especially for rounded edges and clean and around the right size I assumed I wanted or needed. So I just went with what I had, and it's working. What else did I do in here? I wasn't in here.
Essentially, everything else works on it. It's perfectly fine. Everything.
Okay, let's go back. Let's go. Let's see. What's the next big? I know what the next biggest thing is. Probably one of the biggest things and the most scary things to even consider. But I think right here is when we finally busted.
I'm going to get.
I think.
Coming on Friday, so I want to get ready to put these up. Coming on Friday, so I want to get ready.
Where is it? Sorry, what's coming on Friday?
Book or video hangers.
Yep. So the shelving for the slat wall is coming on Friday. This was August 2nd. In 2021, I don't know what day that was. So this video is pretty much me busting ass, cleaning up the garage. And just like organizing. I don't remember. I think I put up the slat wall, like 2 things of slat wall on this this video. Wow, it's so crazy to think that we still have like the idea and where we're still at right now is still here. I can definitely see it, but it's like it feels like it just took forever to get this done. And got my black fan. That black fan also died. I love metal fans, man. Those things lasted me and my wife forever, and they were sitting in the garage for a while. Like, I love the metal fans. They pump air. I should look into getting maybe some other ones, but when I was looking at it, they were like really cheap ones at like Walmart. And I really wanted some like heavy duty ones. I may consider going to like a big box store like Lowe's or Home Depot, maybe getting like a really good one. So I cleared off the shelves. Okay, so I don't know in this video if I actually put up the walls yet. No, I started to lay it out to see how this is going to. Wow, it's just, yeah, there's a window behind there, guys. Just FYI, behind that slat wall, the last one, there's a window. There's a window behind it. I just covered the damn window. This window doesn't open, doesn't do anything. It's kind of a dumb window to have. It literally does absolutely nothing for the garage. It's just a random, unopenable, single pane window. Yeah, so I don't put them up yet. But I think this video right here, I think this was, if I'm not mistaken, the video that I quit working for FedEx ground or FedEx office. You see the ground thing on here. What happened, and why did I have a ground shirt? Now that I think about it, it should have been a FedEx office shirt. But my assistant manager, every time I asked him to get me a freaking like extra large shirt, he would tell me he ordered it and it would never arrive. And so I had like 2 like larges, and this was an extra large for ground. And this just fit better. It felt better. It just, with the extra large, was just better for me. And so I just wear this. I didn't work for FedEx Ground, but
What's going on, everyone?
I just wore it because it fit better.
Today, we got some good news. We got some bad news. Applied for a business.
There you go.
license.
Yeah.
I opened up my own LLC.
This is big.
I'll give you the name and other information as soon as all the paperwork's done. But on the bad side, I've officially put in my 2 weeks at FedEx office.
Boom.
Today.
Boom.
I've been working for the company for 4 years, and it's much appreciated, but it's time for change.
Whew. This brings chills. This brings chills to me still to this day. Because this was a pretty emotional time frame for me. It was a very emotional time frame because I was like, damn, man, I'm going off the edge. Like, I am going, this is my safety net and I'm leaving it. This is money and I'm leaving it to something that I have no clue what the hell I'm doing. And I was afraid. Still am a little bit to this day. But guys, it's been freaking fantastic. Even if I close in the last 5 months, I've learned so much and just, I love it. But this was a very emotional time for me.
For me.
I mean, just listen to the background
I got some
music.
video games. I got some stuff my wife picked up.
Let's see. What else do I talk about? I think
That's the only way we're gonna do
there we go. So this is where the mindset transition started to happen. So let's see.
There's opportunities all over the place.
Okay.
7 plus ship had for 4 years.
All right, here we go.
Essentially quitting your job. Now this is a 9 to 5 I've had for 4 years. And it's a little tough and scary for the family and everyone else that's around me, but there's opportunities all over the place, and you gotta take it sometimes. You gotta do the best you could possibly do. And sometimes the best isn't working for a company, isn't working for someone else, it's maybe helping yourself, helping your family. And that's essentially what I'm gonna be doing. What is that? I'm gonna be working for myself for the time being, potentially get a part-time job somewhere. Depends. But my goal.
Wow. That's crazy. I totally forgot I was thinking about working part-time and doing this part-time as well, just to have more of a safety net as well. Wow, I totally forgot about that. Like, I was considering it, just doing it like part-time, finding a part-time job, because I was afraid that, like, I'm taking a huge risk that's not going to make money. It's not going to be enough to make my life happy and my wife happy and make sure I have enough money for the kids and helping out. It's crazy how the transitions and kind of stuff just kind of works out. But this is crazy. I forgot about that.
Garage into a tiny game store. And I can't wait for you guys to continue to follow and grow and watch me succeed and fail and learn, because that's the only way we're going to be able to move forward. And so let me show you what my wife picked up.
What a weird transition. What a weird transition. Like, it's super emotional. And then let's see where we at. What else is going on? All right.
We're going to start organizing this a lot more. That's exciting. And we're just going to see how it goes. I need to get back to FedEx office, still working there for the next 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And then by hopefully mid-August, we can start rolling on opening the garage. And then I'm also going to start doing console repairs.
Yeah, the idea was there, and it's crazy to think
Get
that
in the garage and show you guys. I actually got two things in there.
I went there and was doing that shit.
Giant boxes. So let me open one up. I'm gonna open up this one.
Look at these. Look at these things. These are our racks. These are our racks that are on the shelves right now. These things were expensive, man. They were not cheap. And I think I ended up getting them from Amazon, if I can remember. I was looking for a while, trying to find the right racks on, like, different companies and stuff, and how much they were costing me and not costing me. I think I just ended up buying them from freaking Amazon because it was cost efficient. It was cheap. It was cheaper than anyone could offer me with shipping and everything else. I was like, fuck, dude, all right, well. So I just bit the bullet and went with these ones, and I love them. They work perfectly fine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I love it.
Oh, yeah. It's going to look great. That means I need to get these posted up and everything else.
You know, here's the crazy thing. This game right here, I knew it was never going to sell. But this is a blue disc. This game right now is being used as my blue disc for PS2 for one of the test discs. This game is still sitting on the shelf. This game's still sitting on the shelf. Of course, Sonic Shadows does not last.
I am pretty much going to lift
Look at the glisten on my forehead, man. I was sweaty and hot. It's August. In where we live, it's like 100 and something degrees in summer. It is not fun.
Just because I and everything else.
Oh, my first. This is interesting.
Game Gear for that one right there, I'm gonna mod. So now
This
I
is
just
the
gotta wait for
first modded item I think
LCD
I
mod
have
to come
or
in, which is gonna take
did.
forever. But for the time being,
I did on the channel. Yeah, this is a customer that she's like, "Can you fix my Game Gear?" I was like, "I can take a look." And essentially we concluded that after changing all the capacitors and everything, the screen was bad. And I gave her an option. I was like, "Hey, we can buy a screen off of eBay. There's no guarantee that that screen's going to work. It's going to be a pain in the ass to resolder everything back on." And at this time, I did not have the soldering station. At this time, I was using a tiny little heat up soldering, like just a solder. It's like a standard, like cheapo soldering thing you would get. So I knew it was going to be easy. And I was like, or we can forgo the possibility of getting a screen that may or may not work and mod it so you have the best looking screen we can possibly get. We talked about price. We went over the pricing, how much it would cost, how much it would be for me to do it. And she ended up going with it. And what happened? I think I ended up buying one off of eBay that was cheap. Like some cheap garbage screen mod. And essentially when I got it, it was missing a capacitor on the damn freaking motherboard, so it wasn't working properly. So I had to return that. So this took a while for us then. And then I think I went with Benvin's mod screen for this one. Trying to think off the top of my head if I actually used their quick cables or not. I believe I did as well. I could be wrong because I think it's either I did or I just soldered it directly to the board with wires on this one. But she also was like, "Hey," I was like, "What's your favorite color?" Because I think she already paid me to try to repair it, and she gave me extra money, and I felt obligated to do it. So what I ended up doing was asking her, "Hey, what's her favorite color?" I ended up buying this case for that customer. For a few bucks. It wasn't super expensive. I was making money on this transaction anyways. After it got in, I was learning a whole bunch of how to mod and repair Game Gears, and I was like, screw it. I'll buy her a whole new case. I'll buy her like a screen, and I'll pretty much, this thing is going to be like awesome, and she's going to enjoy the shit out of it. And it should be. She paid for it.
looks like all the screws.
So what is next? So that was a pretty big transition for me personally right here, because this is when we essentially put in our 2 weeks. I think it was around, I want to say like August. When did I put my 2 weeks in? August 3rd. You guys want to know something crazier? I actually didn't know this was updated or uploaded on August 3rd. This was my birthday. I posted this on August 3rd that I didn't have enough time on my own birthday. My birthday is August 3rd, 1989. Do the math. I'm old. But this is, surprisingly, I decided to upload this really tough and crazy idea that I uploaded on my birthday. But I think around, I want to say maybe like a week before this, I have 3 vacations I take a year with my family. We go to Washington when the girls have like summer break, and then around August is when I take a boys only like vacation trip. And then the third, we usually do... What's our other trip? I'm trying to think, and I can't remember off the top of my head. I think usually like 2, maybe 3 trips a year. I can't remember the third one. But that's usually... So around this time, I put in the time off like months in advance. I had the time off. And essentially, I think I wanted to take a week. Or was it like 5 or 6 days off at the time? And almost a week, pretty much. The whole week. I think I had 2 days off, so therefore I took the rest of the days off. That's what I wanted. And they essentially denied me. They denied me because we did not have enough people. They weren't hiring anyone new. We just let go of a trainee that we had for a couple months because she wasn't working out. So at this time, I was like, you denied me. You declined it. And I think at this time, I was already like less than a week out. I was a couple days out from going on vacation no matter what. I think this is the time that I actually realized that I was scheduled for my vacation time. And then I looked on my timesheet and was denied the time on this particular day. And I mean, if this was the same day I uploaded this on my birthday. And I was like, you know what? I'm a grown-ass man. Why the hell do I have to ask permission to take a day off? But there was just so much that I was over. I was thankful for the work. I mean, I was there for 4 years, so I put up with it. But in general, man, working for a large corporation that doesn't give you raises and stiffs you and just works you whenever the hell they want with no consecutive time, or, I think at the time I also wanted weekends off because I think me and my wife were paying daycare for the days that I had off, which was like not even 2 days in a row. It was like a Monday and a Wednesday I had off, so we had to pay when I took those days off. We had to pay daycare money because it wasn't covered by a program we have, and so it was like I was like, you guys are costing me more money than I'm making working because I have to cover daycare. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to work on weekends. But yeah, I think this is my birthday. The day I uploaded this I kind of was done. I was burnt out. Wasn't going anywhere. Wasn't doing anything. I couldn't do it. So that's a really big moment in Level Up video game history, surprisingly. So next one we have the walls. So this is when I first put up the walls. Alright. So this was August 4th. So when was August 4th? Last year. 2021. August 4th was a Wednesday. So most likely I had this day off. Still didn't change the intro yet, by the way. Still has the old Vinox's item shop.
So this slat wall right here on the right has
God, let's go through this, guys. Games wise, still have this, still have this. I have 2 copies of that. Still have that. Still have Ford Racing. Hot Shots Golf, I believe, is still up there. Like, there's a lot of these games that have not sold in a whole year. And that's when I talked to you guys just on the Tuesday's Talks, the first episode of Tuesday's Talks about sell-through rate. It literally went up yesterday. It's 4:00 right now, but it went up yesterday. And this is really important because look at these games. I mean, I could show you guys in the garage right now. Majority of these games are still sitting on the shelf. So, I'm telling you guys, pay attention. So, I finally get a slat wall up here. Do I get both slat walls up? I believe I do on this episode. Oh, baby Warren. A baby naked Warren. I mean, it's still summer. It's still in August. It's hot. Got the fans going. Boom. 2 slat walls up. So I did end up selling. Actually, a lot of these systems that you see up here are no longer the same systems I have in inventory. I had a few decent GameCube games at the time. But to be honest, we go look on the shelf. God, I still have Superfly, Happy Feet. I still have... this Medal of Honor was missing to disc, so I took it out of inventory. I think I still have Madden, and I still have this Medal of Honor as well. Like, I still have a lot of the games. A lot of the PSP games have sold. Someone came in and just kind of bought the majority of them. I wish I had more PSP games, but I don't. The DS games, I think I sold Undercover. Moving Out sold. SpongeBob and Scribblenauts still on the shelf. I think the only one that I still have of the Wii U is Pikmin 3. So it's been on there for a while. So that means I gotta look at the prices on Pikmin 3. Probably need to adjust it accordingly. But again, like these Pictionaries, these like Pop Quiz. I did sell Monster Jam. I've sold this Beyblade and this Legend of Zelda. But it's, again, really important sell-through rate. This is a prime example of games that have been sitting on my shelf that I bought when I first started. I got them for fairly cheap, if not free at this point. But they're just taking up shelf space. And it's really important. Shelf space is really important. So let's get through this. I don't know if I put the next slot wall up. I don't think I do this episode. I don't know.
Most of the Xbox games, Xbox 360. So we'll see. And over the weekend we've had we sold the Nerf.
I have sold the Nerf guns. Surprisingly, the big ones that work, the power, I sell those fairly fast, guys. Nerf guns are no joke. You can get some decent ones at a decent price. You might want to try to flip them.
2 games, PlayStation 3 games, and PlayStation.
That's when I started organizing. So it does look like I ended up getting the shelf up, the third shelf up. A lot of these Xbox games have not sold. Xbox games, they haven't sold. I mean, I still have Lost Remnant, Sherlock Holmes. I have a whole bunch of copies at this point of Minecraft. I think the story mode I still have. So there's games, man, that again, it's sitting on my shelf for a whole year.
And then on this shelf, we got the...
Yeah, this is a shelf that's right by the games that essentially I was putting like all the retro video game, or not retro, but like N64, NES, loose games. Now it's just a bunch of loose games and some like Legos and some random bits here and there on that shelf now. Yep. So what is another big thing that happened? I think right here is where I'm going to actually end this episode. So we'll probably do a part part 2 of YouTube reminiscing or something, whatever I'm going to call this this little run back. But this is actually really good to go through and see and get some perspective on like what's going on. So I haven't even technically, we haven't even started the business. We haven't opened it. We haven't done anything. We're in the process. I think when I told you guys the name of the business, I think that's when the paperwork was finished. So I didn't want to do it beforehand. So we will pick this up and continue watching, because the next video, Gamers Paradise, is the first time I record a video in Travis's garage. Now, Travis at the time was doing this concept, the concept I was building, the video game store in the garage. He was doing it for like a year and a half before I even jumped on board to even do my own thing. So that's going to be interesting. We'll pick that up. I mean, there's so many other videos coming up so much. But this right here, pretty much where we're going to end, is where the biggest step was. I think there's a couple more, but just to reminisce, go back. It's awesome. So stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching. As always, I'll catch you guys on the next episode.